quite a few people in the comments on the Tuesday video were rightly upset by some of the comments made by Thomas Bown.
Future being, has coronavirus killed everyone where you are? Do you live in a wasteland? Let us know.
And I've got him here on the line, and he's going to read for us a prepared statement.
To the distinguished viewers of PBFB, I would like to apologise wholeheartedly for my thoughtless inquiry to Future Being on February 2nd, 2020, in which I asked if everyone had died of COVID-19 in his time, i.e. now. This cavalier attitude was based on a misguidedly optimistic belief that were the virus to spread rapidly and globally, world leaders would do everything in their power to control the spread and mitigate the loss of human life. As we now know, particularly those of us in Europe and the US, this is absolutely not the case. Only such foolhardy faith in the actions of governments would lead me to make such a comment, and when it comes down to it, this is entirely on me, as I am old and wise enough to know that they would screw this up at every opportunity. I am truly sorry, and I hope you can find it in your hearts to forgive me as we muddle it through this nightmare world together. P.S. If you want me to be in PBFB more, please let's leave a comment on this video and let's let Bing know what he's missing out on. Bound forever.
Absolute black. The colour.
I see a speaker and I want it painted black.
I've got my camera out, by the way, so nobody say anything that incriminates them in any crimes.
I've committed many. Hi, I'm Matt, and I did all the crime.
Good morning, Past Bing. We are coming up on the deadline for the new Eddsworld short. It's going to be out in like a week, less than a week. And so lately my days have been starting like this. It's the Eddsworld's team. We got Pip, David, John, Wayne, and this guy, and also some other people who aren't here.
Yeah.
It's a big team.
Getting bigger.
It is. It's really growing. My days have been starting and ending with long Discord calls with the animation team. Because of time zones, they end up doing a lot of work while we're in bed. So they're like still up and working in the middle of the night when I wake up, and they are starting their work when I'm going to bed. So my body clock has kind of been all over the place lately because I'm waking up and immediately chatting to the team, and I'm staying up really late working with them. But it's good. It feels good to be that interested and that invested in something that you want to stay up late. So this morning I got up, I hung out with the team. Matt was on the Discord call, and then he went off the Discord call to walk over here and be in my house. Somehow, whilst washing my face, I managed to cut my ear.
Oh, fuck.
Let's have a look. Let's look closer at the problem.
Have a look at my bloody ear.
I want to see.
No, it looks like a cut.
Yeah! How'd I cut my ear?
A slither of soap like flew off, nearly killed you.
Side effect of time travel. That's what I'm going to chalk it up to that. And then we watched the current, most recent version of the short, and we wrote extensive notes. Well, Matt wrote extensive notes. He's the perfectionist. Now I'm going to have lunch, and then I'm going to work on this, and then I'm going to prep for D&D tonight, which is the first session of the new year. I'm excited to be playing. I'm excited to be hanging out with my friends, even if it's in a remote situation. But we also need to have some frank conversations about them fighting each other and getting in the way of actually playing D&D. I have to put my foot down and tell them to work together, because otherwise the game falls apart. I got my player's handbook, I got all my maps and my monster sheets. It's been a while since we played, so I think after the formalities, I'm just gonna throw a bunch of monsters at them. Just like 1-2 punch, a couple of quick encounters back to back to get everybody flowing again. Your financial hibernation Past Bing, generally, was very successful. You did it. You did a good job, and you did right by me. More or less throughout 2020, you do look after yourself, you do keep up an exercise routine, you do eat better, and you do save money. You're going to make a lot of promises. Some of them you can't keep. Some of them are completely outside of your control. But this one, you nailed it. As is the way often with the freelance lifestyle, you are recovering from a huge tax bill, and I'm expecting a rebate any day now. They're just grabbing some of that money that they took from you and giving it to me. On top of that, because of my notice period and the fact that I hadn't taken lots of paid leave, I got my paycheck the other day, and I've got another one coming up at the end of the month. I also did that editing job at the beginning of the year, and I've been working flat out on Eddsworld. So actually, I'm doing okay. I recognize, obviously, that it's not going to last, that I do have to be very, very careful. And in the medium to long term this year, I do have to think about getting more work. But right now, at least for a little bit, I'm not stressed about money. I have a lot of food in the house. 2020 is going to turn you into a bit of a food hoarder, past Bing. At all times, there is quite a lot of food in my house. Also, yesterday, I got a grocery delivery. And I went hog wild. We got the brand name cereals. We're talking chocolate shreddies, crunchy nut, Weetabix, Cheerios, whatever I'm in the mood for. I topped up my protein and nut bar bowl, which is just a thing that I have in my house now. You know how your gran without fail always has a tin of biscuits or a jar of toffees or something? I'm like that now, but with protein bars. Like, hey kids, come on in, let me take your coat. Would you like a grenade? None of that yellow Iceland food for future Bing. I got fresh produce, baby. I got tomatoes, lettuce. I got taste the difference grapes. I got avocados. And multiple times a week, I order takeout from Deliveroo. Because enjoying a buffalo chicken burger or a pizza and watching a basketball game on your own is basically the most fun a Friday night can be. So yeah, I subscribed to Deliveroo Plus and I never looked back. Also, because the laptop I was using belonged to the school, I find myself suddenly without a portable computer machine. I'm an Apple user, that's fine. I don't want to have arguments about it in the comments, but the current generation of MacBook Pros are garbage. And I have it on good authority that the next ones will be less garbage. So in the meantime, I got an iPad. I tricked it out with all the accoutrements. I got myself a little paper-like screen cover. I got myself the silly keyboard attachment. And I got Apple's patented, very expensive pen. Now with magnets. So yeah, now I'm one of these knobs. I can take it under my arm when I go places. I can walk over to Matt's with it. I can watch pornography in bed again. Oh, that was the longest week of my life. And I can sit here at the dining table and write and sketch and be on Discord. Obviously, I understand that I am in a very privileged situation. I was fortunate enough to start this year with a stable job, and I was also fortunate enough to have so much work outside of that job that I felt confident leaving it. I know for so many people it is not a lack of desire to work, it is literally a lack of access to work. And there are so many things that overlapped and coalesced that created these opportunities for me. But you had a significant role in that, past Bing. You spent last year building the life that I am now able to lead. You shot your half of this project, you continued to build and expand the Eddsworld team. You cleared as many of the obstacles as possible to let me live the life you wanted. Which is why I am not going to eat this year-old festive pie. I am going to throw it in the bin where it belongs and order a burger. If you're enjoying this series so far, please make sure you're subscribed and turn on notifications. That little bell icon on YouTube means that you will get a little ping on your phone whenever I upload a new video. If you want to go further, you can support the show by joining our Patreon community at patreon.com/Bing. We're doing live AMAs over Discord. I did one last week. We're going to do another one in a couple of weeks' time. I also post deleted scenes and extras. I've actually shot this video 3 times today, and I'm gonna share a little video on Patreon of some of the stuff that went wrong. It's a really great way to get more involved and to kind of contribute to the project, as well as meeting some other cool people on the internet and getting to know people with similar interests in time travel. Also, new Eddsworld video in a few days. As long as nothing catastrophic goes wrong, we are set to release a new video next week, so keep an eye out for it. Follow Eddsworld on Twitter, on Instagram, at Eddsworld basically everywhere, and show that video a bit of love when it comes out as well. I'll see you on Monday, past Bing.